Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.
Hello, my name is Sandro Graca, and I'm a licensed acupuncturist. Thank you so much for last week. We had a great time. It was amazing to have Dr. Lauren Brown talking to us about the value of knowledge. And hey, if you don't know what we're talking about, please go back to the previous vlog and subscribe to the channel. By the way, I think it was only 4 or 5 away from 400 subscribers. Like, that is amazing. And thank you so, so much, every single one of you. I really appreciate you all being here. Spread the word and let's reach even more people and further afield. So in particular, I want to say thank you to those who registered for Dr. Yvonne Farrell's lecture in March and the ones who registered for Dr. Lauren Brown's lecture in May here in Ireland. There are still some places left. You can go to AcuVlog.ie or you can get in touch with us if you need any more help. But there are still some places left. If anyone wants to talk to their associations and get a group discount or anything that involves just getting more people learning from these world-renowned experts, get in touch. We're here to listen. One thing that I wanted to do today is something that I mentioned this here before, but it just came about over the last week or two on one occasion when I was talking to Peter Kington in Brisbane in Australia. Great practitioner, check him out online. Really, really knowledgeable guy. So we were chatting away about different things about the profession and whatever. And at one point he mentioned one of the interviews I gave earlier this year. And one of the things that came up during that interview gave me that idea to just, oh yeah, I must say this to everyone here on the vlog, because what happened was we were just talking about similar backgrounds and you know, how you get to acupuncture and Chinese medicine. And in my case, and what I want to share with you is that it happened when I was in my mid to late teens, and my headaches and migraines were getting really, really bad. Especially the migraines were really, really bad. Like, we're talking about dark room, something tight around the head, no sound. And a lot of the times involved a lot of medication as well, you know, just painkillers that weren't really doing anything. I still needed to take most of the day off and just be in bed, you know, sometimes even getting sick as well, right? So obviously, as you do, you know, mom, dad brings you to as many doctors and many tests done as possible. And that was pretty much it for a good few years. You know, it was GPs, it was consultants, it was tests. And I remember, you know, CT scans, I remember MRI. Anyway, one thing that kind of really stands out for in my memory was when we went to see this top consultant after doing the MRI, and he's looking at all the paperwork that he got from it, and he said, no, there's nothing wrong. And I was like, yeah, there is something wrong. Like, I'm in pain. There is definitely something wrong. I can tell you that there is something wrong, because this is not normal. It's happening, if not once a week, at least like 3 times a month. And you know, I don't know what's there on your piece of paper that you're reading, but it is not okay. And yeah, he was just, we don't know what it is. We don't have a clue. There's nothing showing. There's no pattern to it. And his words that I still remember to this day were, you're going to have to learn to live with it. I'm like, but okay, isn't there something you can do, whatever? And you know, I remember this interaction as, there is nothing we can do. And I felt really let down, because he wasn't really doing anything. He was reading from paper, and I was telling him that what I was feeling was different from the paper, and nothing was happening. He wasn't doing anything to me. So saying that there's nothing we can do, it's a bit like, well, you're not even trying, right? So this was kind of left there in the background, and eventually, just by chance, acupuncture and Chinese medicine came about. And the explanation that I got from that medical professional, from that TCM practitioner who was doing acupuncture on me, was a lot more about me and about what I was feeling, And it made way more sense with that medical model than it did with the other one, because the other one was really looking for something wrong. And the moment that they couldn't find anything wrong, therefore they took that, yeah, you're okay because we can't find anything wrong. We can't do anything. This guy was different. He was using a different medical model. Yeah, I grant you that. But he was doing something. And what made even more, my brain getting confused was that how is, with a few weeks, this is working. I'm getting less migraines. So the intensity reduced and I wasn't getting migraines anymore. So I wasn't losing out on days. I was, headaches are manageable, right? The migraine is a completely different story. And it was what made me explore that medical model more and saying that, okay, you are way more hands-on and doing something than I was expecting from, and I was used to from the other medical model. So how come this is actively doing something and the other one kind of stopped at a point where we can't find anything, so therefore we can't do anything, right? And that's where it all started. The first book I read was a book by Angela Hicks, and who I had the pleasure of meeting and it's just amazing when you get to meet people that influence your life so much. And the next book was The Web That Has No Weaver, a book by Ted Kapchuk. And then, it just kind of moved on from there until I eventually got into college and studied Chinese medicine. I always wanted to be able to help people, and it was the way that I wanted to do it. I didn't want to be the one sitting down going, there's nothing we can do about it. Well, let's do something, and then we can decide if there is something we can do about it or not. So that's what got me into this particular medical model. And this is what I want to leave the question out there to you all is, what was it for you? What was the click? What makes it, what is it to this day that still makes a difference? Because I can sense myself, smiling and laughing and talking about this because it's so joyful. It's so great when we help people, and it's so exciting. And that's what still drives me to this day is the next person, the next patient in the clinic that you're going to try and give a little bit of what was given to us by our teachers, by the lecturers, by everything that we learned in books and in lectures in the classroom. And we're going to pass that on like the ones before us did, and passing it on all the time and moving it along as well with new research and new development, which is to me fascinating, right? So yeah, there's a challenge. It just seems like I'm just setting challenges all the time these days. But yeah, let me know, what was it for you? Leave it on the comments below, post it on your own social media, whatever way. Let's put it out there to one another and to our patients and to the public as well. What was it that clicked for us? What was it that changed for us? And so that we can guide more people towards better health, right? Better education, better health, just knowing about what is it that we do and how it can help them, right? So that's my challenge, and I'll leave it out there. Please let me know. Subscribe. I'm really looking forward to seeing the number going over the 400. It's just so humbling, and it's so joyful to see that. So I thank you all, and until next time, be kind and be healthy.
Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.